Well, what's your name?
Bill Benner.
And how long have you been doing this banding of hummingbirds?
We started in 2008, and I think we caught 5 in 2008 and 10 in 2009. And then 2010, 2011, we started to get up into the 40s.
Wow. So do you get repeats?
We do, yeah. And like Tom was just saying, that one was banded in 2010, and now it's back. And probably back every year, but we just don't catch every bird every year.
Mm-hmm.
I think the females tend to come back more than the males. In other words, when we catch ones that we've banded in previous years, more often it seems to be a female. Once they've started coming and nesting, they seem to return every year. And the numbers have just been going up every year too, because we've been just more plants and more feeders.
Mm-hmm. What's the purpose of the banding?
Well, once a year it gives us an inventory of who's here, and we try to do it the same time every year. It's usually the first or second Saturday of August. Anthony has it figured out exactly which day of the year. I think it's like somewhere between 220 and 225, something like that, of the year. And it gives us, it's before the males leave. They leave pretty early, like by mid-August. And while the females are still here, and after the young ones have come out of the nest, which is usually at the end of July. So it kind of tells us everybody that's in the yard. And then the data gets sent to the banding lab in Washington, D.C. And sometimes, rarely, but sometimes hummingbirds are even recaptured in other places in Central America or somewhere along the way between here and there during migration.
Cool.
Yep.
So why do you do it?
Why do we do it?
Yeah.
Because I guess we'd like to feel like we're contributing somehow and not just feeding the hummingbirds, but also collecting data. But then I guess it's also, in some ways, an educational experience for people too, to be able to come and see how it's done and to talk to Anthony about his work and his research. And I think it also just tends to turn people on to nature to some extent.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they get to come and see the gardens and talk to other people about birds and hummingbirds and plants for hummingbirds. So lots of different reasons.
Mm-hmm.
It makes us feel good to be hosting something like this, I guess, but I think mostly it's that we feel like it's important information about the birds themselves. As far as I know, there's nowhere else in Massachusetts that has this density of hummingbirds, you know, that you could get this many in the morning. So,
what's the number you're going for today?
well, I don't know that we're really going for a number. I think last year he banded 56 new ones, and that was the most we had caught in one morning. And I don't think we'll catch that many this morning. That would be nice, but I don't think there's really a goal. I think what we would like, if possible, would be to be able to catch and band each hummingbird that's in the yard, because that would be the best way to sample everything. But I don't think that ever happens. I know that every year, after everyone leaves and we clean everything up and the afternoon comes and we sit around and we watch the birds all by ourselves, we see some come to the feeder with no bands on. So, you know, there's some of them that they always elude us.
Yeah.
I'm Stephanie. And I'm Laura.
And what are you doing?
Trying to catch hummingbirds.
So what's the plan? What do you have to do?
Alright, so the idea is that a hummingbird's going to fly into the cage over there after the hummingbird feeder. And when we see it go in and it's all the way in, then we let go of the string that we're holding. And then that little trap door shuts. And then they're stuck in there until we go inside and let them out.
Cool. How long have you been doing it?
Just today, since I guess we got here at 7, but I think they started about 6.
Wow, so it was an early day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let go.
Oh, did we go on?
Yeah. Nice work.
I was trying to warn you that there was a hummingbird in there.
Good job. You want to come watch and take it out of the cage? You need to watch from
I
inside
was
or
trying to
outside?
be careful because he is trying to come out. So.
So then what are you going to do with it now?
Now we're going to take it over to the banding station, and they'll put a band on and do some measurements, and then we'll take pictures and let it go.
The first thing I'm doing is determining if the bird is already banded, because obviously we're not going to put another band in, and it does not have a band on either leg. So we will put a band on it, and I usually band on the right leg. There's nothing that says which leg you should band on, it's just my habit. But I do always check both legs. So I've got the band closed. Just adjusting it a little bit.
When we caught
I'm
her,
gonna-
she was like,
Going to measure the tail. And the tail is 265, 26.5 millimeters. And next I'm going to measure the wing.
Oh, I'm sorry, I did not get the tail.
265? Did you say?
26.5.
26.5.
And the wing is 39.5 millimeters.
39.5.
I'm checking the bill for grooves, which would tell me it's a young bird. There are no grooves. It has a complete gorget, which tells me it's an adult male. I'm going to measure the bill length, or the culmen it's called. .3. Now I'm going to check and see if the bird has any fat, which will be storing energy for migration. One.
Oh no.
You can see the lighter collar at the bottom of that hollow.
Yep. Yep.
And then we're going to weigh it.
What's it, a scale? On how
It's
much
0 to
fat?
3.
0 to 3.
It's somewhat subjective, but a little bit at the bottom like that I call a 1. 3.3 grams.
Did you ever get a chubby hummingbird?
Not in a month or so, yes, because they're seriously getting ready to migrate. I know of some people in Tennessee who say that in the fall it's amazing that their hummingbirds can fly because they have so much weight on them. I think that's a little bit of an exaggeration. So this bird is
Oh, he's going.
is enjoying this nectar.
Couldn't get that feeder with that wrap there.
we can only fly for 10 minutes, so.
Look at that.
Yum, yum, yummy, it says.
Okay, you ready to go?
You ready? Put your hand out.
And this guy's actually gentle.
He likes you, buddy.
Whoa!
You almost got it. Oh, you didn't need that eye, did you?
That guy might have stuck around if no one touched him.
I think so.
Did you get that?
Yep, thank you very much.
It's a wrap.
When marimba rhythms start to play, dance with me, make me sway. Like a lazy ocean hugs the shore, hold me close, sway me more. Like a flower bending in the breeze, bend with me, sway with ease. But when you dance you have to be with me, stay with me, sway with me. Other dancers may be on the floor, dear, but my eyes will see only you. Only you have that magic technique. When we sway, I go weak.
Okay, this is a gorget feather,
Yeah.
I mean, there's some
which is a
regulars,
feather
but
from the throat patch
haven't
on a
seen
ruby-throated
any
hummingbird.
elderly couple.
I turn it,
No,
just
they haven't
wiggle
come
it just a
back.
little bit. You can see the
Alright.
red, ruby
They're
red
doing
on it.
fine, yeah. You did
And
right.
this one here
Spoke to her the other
is
day.
a tail feather from a ruby-throated
Feathers
hummingbird.
everywhere.
I can hear the sound of violins long before it begins. Make me thrill as only you know how. Sway me smooth, sway me now. Other dancers may be on the floor, dear, but my eyes will see only you. Only you have that magic technique. When we sway, I go weak. I can hear the sound of violins long before it begins. Make me thrill as only you know how. Sway me smooth, sway me now. When marimba rhythms start to play, dance with me, make me sway. Like a lazy ocean hugs the shore. Hold me close, sway me more.